Hello everybody, this is Toys R Us, and for this special figure showcase and review we're going to be looking at the Thrilling 30 2014 Legends class Cosmos and Payload figures. So what we're going to do with this video, we're going to have a detailed look at him in both of their modes. I'll then show you the cool little gimmick that they had was the fact that you can combine him with Cosmos in both modes. We can then see how they compare with their original Generation 1 selves, because the Thrilling 30 was pretty much all the IDW take or IDW versions of these figures. Because this is a 2014 figure, we can now also as well see how they've made newer versions of these figures and see how and where they've improved, if they have. And of course we can see if they use the mold for any other figures and redecos as well. So as you can see, quite a bit to get through with this particular video. So while I start to put all these back, I'd like to remind anybody who's not subscribed to this channel, if they'd like to hit that subscribe button for me now, please, because it really will help this channel out. So as you can see in front of us, we've got Cosmos and Payload. And as I've just said, this is pretty much IDW's take on the Cosmos figure. And to be honest, before we had the new Velocitron one, this was, and it is still, a really good version of him. It's nice and robust. Legends class would be, I suppose, what we now know today as the core class figure. So you can see we've obviously got the big ball and socket joints in the biceps there. The shoulders, as you can see, will still go all the way around, and indeed are on ball and sockets as well. Of course, there's no movement in the wrist. There is a waist swivel with this, but that is mainly due to transformation purposes. But yes, you can swivel the waist with this. As you can see, that will turn backwards and forwards. The hips are on ball joints, the knees are on ball joints, and the toes and feet will in fact bend out as well. Now you can already see we've got a lovely Tempergraph Autobot logo there. The head sculpt is brilliant. This will fully turn around as well. To be honest, I really forgot how good this figure is. Lovely detail there on the front, blasters on the front for when he's in the spaceship mode. And yeah, as I say, he just looks so good, in honesty. So if you're wondering how I suppose he would compare with today's core class figures, I've got Soundwave here. So to give you an idea, so basically Legends scale is what's now known as today's core class, maybe just a fraction bigger, looking at that particular one. So this is quite interesting. So this is Payload, and Payload is the combined form of a Generation 1 Micromaster that was two together. So they were known as Payload, or I've forgotten his other name, it'll come to me in 2 seconds. It was, of course, Blastmaster. And these two were separate little Micromaster figures, which, as you can see, this isn't actually much bigger, but the gimmick that these had was that these combined together, and as I'm sure you can see now, this is what's going to make what Payload is. It's your space shuttle, but this was, say, two figures combining. They have updated this as well. Unfortunately, I haven't opened it yet, but again, they've gone with both of the individual bots, and again, they've called them Blastmaster rather than Payload, which was, I suppose, what he was also known as the combined version. So, funnily enough, with regards to sort of today's standards, because he's so small, he's probably something as big as the buzzworthy Bumblebee Spike figure. And in all honesty, the transformation process for him is probably very similar. All you've got to do with this is fold the wings back, and there he is in his alternate mode. So again, that's where you can see you get the homage from, in all honesty. But much smaller, funnily enough, considering this was released afterwards. So what you do to get him back to robot, we're going to fold this up. Now, I've found that this part at the back actually does come out, even though it's not really supposed to. It doesn't say to in the instructions. We've got movement here in the arms, at the shoulders, if you want some bit of articulation. But this is really cool. Now, so you get this bit on the front, and then you fold this up, and then this can become Cosmos's blaster, which you can see. Oh, let's see if it fits in. I've never done this before, but I know that that's what you can do. So that looks really good. And again, I think it was one of them brilliant little gimmicks that they had with this particular toy line. It looked, and I think it still does. I think, as I say, it still looks really good. Right, let's take him out. Let's do some transformation process then quickly. And what we're going to do then, so we're going to transform him back, fold that over. Oh, need to move the arms out of the way. Fold that over, fold the arms back, and fold that tab down. Now, with regards to Cosmos himself, we can press his head in. We can then fold all this together. This is a bit like a jigsaw, to be fair. So you've got a tab that's going to go in there, line that up, and then this is going to come around the back like this. So make sure we now lift up the rocket boosters and we can push this down into position. You can see you've got a tab here that's going to fit on there, and this will fit once I've got it back into position. In fact, what I'll do is I'll start to do the rest. So I'm going to do the other side. I'm going to bring this, clip that in there, start to bring that around. In fact, if I bring these up here, out of the way for now, because what I need to do is take the waist, rotate this 180 degrees like so, and now what we're going to do, yeah, that's it, these are going to fold around to the back. It's quite a little tricky transformation this for such a small little bot, and what these will do is you'll see these will fold underneath like so, so that will now cascade underneath this, and then you can close the rocket parks on the back like that. That's the back part. Come round to the front, take the waist section, fold this over, join the knee and the shin together like so, turn it round, and then this is going to slot underneath there and clip into position like so. Same with this, join the knee and the shin part, fold them together, and indeed clip it together. It's quite awkward. You've got to use a little bit of force, maybe because this is not really a played with toy, shall we say, but that's it. And there is the alternate mode for, again, this particular style of Cosmos. It's great. It's a brilliant homage to the original. There's the original Generation 1 version. Just again, as you can see, just updated. Looks very good indeed. Let's just bring this back up a second. And what I want to show you that you can do now, which again is really cool, you've got the blasters here on the front of Cosmos there. You can take the little payload and then you can attach him as well to the front like that, so they can combine in this particular way as well. Right, let's have a quick look at the packaging. There he is inside there with payload. You can see the t30 logo. There's the names on the side, and there we've got the second series, number 6, and we've got tech specs for both. This is why I love the t30 toy line, because they had things like this, brilliant homages to the first versions of themselves, and of course the tech specs. I'm going to hold that there and say pause if you want to read that for yourselves. And there we can see, let's have a look, is that the same? Oh, it is. I wasn't too sure, that looked a bit darker, but that is definitely how they've made him. So let's get him back into robot mode, couple more comparisons, and we'll finish this off. So I'm going to separate these, I'm going to fold his wings up again and leave him there. In fact, I'll leave that there just so we can see there's a bit of a difference. So let's separate the front like so, just separate them from underneath there, lift up these, separate that as well. So now we're going to go to the waist, fold the legs out, fold the legs out, fold the waist part. You'll see this will fold up like that. Then you can rotate it your 180 degrees, then turn them round at the knees. Oh, turn it round at the top, then at the knees, just so we've got the gun bit facing forward. Same with this, it's a ball and socket. You can see, so just rotate it round, pull the head out, fold the rocket boosters down, separate the arm and the forearm like so. Same with this, separate the arm and the forearm, and bring the head out, make sure that the waist's clicked in. And again, let's just see if we can get him to balance in line. So as I've already shown you, you can turn him into his gun, which we don't need to. But what I can also show you very quickly is this particular version. So this was from Combiner Wars. This is where they redecoed him and called him Scrounge, which you can see there. I think, I can't remember which one it was. It might have been Computron. I'm not 100% sure. And then, of course, they did the same with Cybax. So Combiner Wars Cybax is the small version of him. Just again, redecoed, but it is other uses of the mold. So the final thing, I think, is again to look at the newest version, which until I say this guy is still very good and was unfortunately only just beaten. I say not unfortunately, it's good to have a great update. And this is, of course, the best version of him so far. So, in fact, I've got an idea just to finish this video off. Let's put them all in a line, because you can see how they go down like that. And finally, just move these over. And because it's mainly a Cosmos video, let's put that there at the front as well. But there you go. I hope you like this little trip down memory lane. However, you might be in the market or you might be looking for ones yourself, so I hope they helped with your decision if you did want to get one for yourselves. Maybe you've already got it and like me, you still love the figure. Let me know in the comments, guys. Take care. Thanks for watching. Like and comment, and don't forget to subscribe.